I think a lot of people don't even realize they're doing it. What's up, Chia? They don't even realize they're putting themselves in the position to lose the game. They don't even see it coming. So then they get that feeling of being blindsided and being stolen, right? And it feels so bad. But if they had just played differently and played smarter, they didn't have to be in that position in the first place. Hopefully we can get that knowledge out there. That knowledge about Zapdos and then the knowledge about not trying to siege tier 2s during the early game are the two things I really just wish more people knew. And I'm making more videos. I've made videos about that with Zapdos. And I have 2 videos coming out about sieging tier 2s, where that's like the theme of the whole video. And I don't know. I don't get too many viewers on PokeTube, but hopefully everyone can go out into the world and spread this knowledge. Those are the 2 biggest ways I see people throw the game. Number 1 is they try to... you knock down the first turn-ins, the tier 1s, you knock those down early. And then they try to push tier 2s early. And you can't do that. That's just asking to die, to wipe, to drop all your energy on the floor, to put yourself at a disadvantage. Do not do that. And then the second way I see people lose the game from themselves is positioning badly for Zapdos, particularly when their team is ahead in the first place. I think if those mechanics could be tightened up, a lot more people would win games. And I'm like a little support flower over here. You know, I can't often stop my teammates from making these mistakes. So I'm just hoping my voice out here is heard at some point. Like, please, please. Are you winning a whole lot? This is game number 2, and game number 1 was a loss. Game number 1 was a loss, and it was one of those losses that I am describing to you right now about having a problem with people running into tier 2s and dying at really inopportune times. Do I speak for the Whammons? I don't know if one person speaks for all Whammon. But how do we feel about Sawdust? I feel we are generally of a positive disposition about Sawdust. Everyone likes a working man, not just Whammons. Think man's also like a working man. So Hank got canceled today. It was really humid, and the instructor did not want to do lessons today because it was too humid. Wasn't good for the horsies. But right now we are rescheduled to Saturday. Oh, is Sawdust man glitter? I don't know if I'd call it man glitter because plenty of men wear glitter. I don't think glitter is gendered, right? You ever see a dude do a full glitter beard for the holidays? Because I have. It's totally a thing. So. Maybe instead we could call it shop glitter. The glitter of the shop. The wood shop glitter. I don't know what sawdust is. Sawdust is if you are sawing or cutting wood. You know those little... they're smaller than wood chips. They're like dusty particles that come off of the wood as you cut it. That is called sawdust. Uncreatively. That's what we're talking about. He's out there using a saw, so he's covered in sawdust and is saying it is the glitter of the wood shop. As much like glitter, sawdust gets all over you and it's hard to clean up and hard to get out type thing, you know? So this is going really well down here. Our jungler, this Greninja, came down and really helped us with a getting of the Drednaw. And look at us not going to siege those tier 2s because that would be stupid. but we're smart. We're good. Our Lucario here is good. Our Greninja is good. We're not going up there because that would be silly. Instead, we're going to rotate up to help team with Rotom, and you'll love to see it. This went really well. All right, so here we go again with the tier 2. I'm not going over there. They can try to chase Pikachu if they really want to, but overall, the tier 2s are cursed this early in the game. Their respawn timers are too short, and super jumps are, they're just going to land on your head. You don't need that. We could try to come get these bees. I don't think that would be out of the question, trying to get the bees. They already got the bees. But I think we could go to the bees. I don't think we want to go up to those tier 2s. You only want to go up to those tier 2s if you have a very clear way to do it, right? Like you've wiped the enemy team and they're still on respawn timers, or you can see them all top, like you have vision and you know that they're not there. You want to be really safe about those tier 2s because they are very far away from anything that can protect you, right? Getting back to your own turn-in is really, really far away. And it's really close for the enemy team. They have super jump or they have the pad thing that makes them go faster. They will show up very quickly and wreck your shit, and you don't want that. I don't want it. You don't want it. Nobody wants that. We're doing it right now. Like, this is... I don't want these two to get knocked. They're both on kill streaks, so they'll have longer death timers. So I want to protect them, but I do not want to be here. Okay, good. We're leaving. That's what we're trying to do, Umbreon. Also, I like your name because I like Umbreon a lot. These two are really good. These two right here, the Greninja and the Lucario, they're just particularly... One, they're very good characters. Lucario and Greninja are very strong, but these two are playing particularly well. So they're doing some fancy stuff. So just like keep that in mind, right? They're doing fancy stuff that not everybody is going to pull off because they appear to be fairly skilled at the video game. Thank you for liking my bows. I love that Eldegoss got Hollow Air. I mean, it's not as fancy as some of the other Hollow Air out there, but it is cute. It's so cute. All right, here we're doing this thing again. Lucario's got the memo. He's trying to get out of here. I'm going to try to zone. So yeah, it's time to go home. I don't know what Charizard's going to do there, but I'm not going to help him do it. Absol is quite good, but I think she is difficult to play. I've never played her. It's just what I've heard, but I understand. So, like I mentioned, if we take this Drednaw before Zapdos spawns, we will be debuffed in our damage to Zapdos. We will do less damage to Zapdos if we choose to engage in Zapdos. However, we don't have to, I don't think. I believe we are a decent ways ahead, and we could position to defend Zapdos instead of engaging it in the first place, and I think that would probably be fine. That news about Drednaw is crazy. Why is that nowhere in the game? So when I was saying the bush that you want to be aggressively defending out of is this bush right here, right? So you can defend and then push them into their little hallway right here. This is where we would want to defend Zapdos, right here, right? But now we're kind of behind, actually. I'm a little concerned. They just got that turn in. But problematic, we have the Zapdos debuff now, which a lot of people don't even know about in their defense. A lot of people don't know about the Zapdos thing because it's nowhere in the video game. You think that would be information you'd want to give players, but nah. Trying, buddy. I'm trying, buddy. Better me than Greninja, I think. So Zapdos is just living a million years here. Turtle makes you worse at fighting Zapdos. And like you saw, that third turtle spawns with just enough time to do it before Zapdos spawns. Because when Zapdos spawns, the turtle despawns. So does Rotom up top. But I really don't think most people know about this situation with the Drednaw Zapdos relationship. I don't think most people know. Because nowhere in the game. Gotta love when people data mine weird stuff. I probably not gets turned in because Zapdos is already worn off. And this would be a long turn in. I'm sure we got enough done though. Right. I'll give him the Dave double back here. I don't have time. And Pikachu. So did we get enough? Yeah. All right. Dude, Unite takes that page on the Hot's book and then writes a whole new book. Unite is insane about hidden mechanics and unknown things. Hidden menus, hidden information, hidden mechanics. Like, I know that's a Nintendo thing, but it blows my mind. No, just the third, So, all right, I guess technically every turtle would make you worse at Zapdos, but Zapdos spawns at 2 minutes remaining in the game, right? Zapdos spawns at 2 minutes. And the third turtle, if you're doing them on cooldown like we did, that third turtle will spawn like 20 seconds before Zapdos does. And from what I understand, the turtle gives you a buff, a buff and shield, right? And part of that buff that you get from the turtle is also a debuff that reduces your damage done to Zapdos for 90 seconds. So for the first two turtles, Zapdos doesn't exist, so that debuff doesn't matter. It's only that final third turtle where that debuff would actually do anything, because that's when Zapdos spawns. Now, again, potentially, if your team isn't trying to take down Zapdos, it doesn't matter. If you're just using the turtle buff to defend, it's not a big deal. Right. So I think the design choice there is that if you are taking Drednaw right before Zapdos, you are saying, I do not need Zapdos to win. I am already winning. So I'm going to use this Drednaw buff to defend the Zapdos area, which is how this started for us. It's not how it ended, though. So as Zapdos spawned, our team was ahead, and I think we were just defending. But then the enemy team snuck some turn-ins in, and we realized we now needed Zapdos to win. But then our two really good players here secured it, and everything was fine. Let's look. Yeah. So it's exactly as described here, right? So see, we're winning. We're purple. Enemy team is orange. So we're winning most of the early game, right? You see our two Rotoms there. Like, we're winning most of the early game. And then right around when Zapdos spawns, they get ahead of us. They went top and turned in while we were posturing around the Zapdos pit. They didn't even go to Zapdos. They went and turned in. So now we're behind. Come Zapdos time. We are behind, and we're like, darn it, what do we do? The fight around Zapdos happens. We win Zapdos. We got a couple turn-ins, and then we win the game. So we made it work. But these are just things to keep in mind, right? I know I talked a lot of words during this fight, but things to keep in mind. We'll put this one on YouTube, too, so maybe we can all remember the things that we saw on this day. A marker. This I was Eldegoss, and this was Tom.